everybody seems to have a pretty different view on this one, and I think that's why it's so complicated for the Warriors. And I just look back at this. Steve Kerr, Bob Myers, Steph Curry, because I believe that's kind of the trio that's trying to come to some amicable resolution here. Haven't they kind of earned our trust?
They have. And
I'm not saying they can't be wrong.
But not only that, I think they did their due diligence on Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole, how do you feel about the situation?
I don't know.
Can you play with Draymond Green? Because obviously Jordan Poole had to sign off on something to make this situation, to diffuse the situation, to have Draymond Green back at practice. Let's get to Dave all the way in Lima, Peru. How about that? He wants to chime in on Draymond Green. What's up, Dave? Good morning. You're on the roast.
To talk about the suspension, I think it was bad for the team. I don't think Draymond should get cut, suspended, or traded or any of those things. But you're a team, you're an organization, you're a business, and you have to set some standards. You have to, not enable this type of behavior. So I think it was a really bad look.
Bad look. So what do you think should have been the punishment?
I think 5-10 games. I think you can, as a big organization, you can figure out a way to let him come to ring night and still punish him. I don't think it had to hurt your championship goals, and I just think you have to give him something. And I don't think Jordan should be in the decision making because he's trying to get $120 million this week.
Well,
I think that money's going to be there.
And I also don't think that Jordan, if I'm Jordan, I wouldn't want any quote-unquote blood on my hands in terms of the punishment because I wouldn't want Draymond to even be further incentivized to hate my guts. You know what I mean? Like, you're a stickler on this and you're the reason I'm being punished. And now you're robbing me and my family an opportunity to celebrate my accomplishment of winning a fourth championship, which go through the history of the game. I mean, we're talking about 32 guys that have won 4 more rings.
Well, NBC last night, NBC Sports Bay Area, Fitz was all over this. They showed a graphic of the only quartets to win championships. So the only teammates that won 4+ NBA titles together, quartets here. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Andre Iguodala. Then you have to go back to the Showtime Lakers. Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Michael Cooper, and Kurt Rambis.
And Kurt Rambis, wow.
So 2 quartets that have won 4+ rings together.
Yeah.
In the history of the game.
Wow.
System merger.
Yeah, because you had like 75 different Celtics that are all in the Hall of Fame.
Exactly. So Jordan Poole in this situation, look, I think the money's in the bag regardless. I still think his feelings were very important in this situation. His family's feelings were very important in this situation. But here's one thing that I will debunk. The trading thing, because some people wanted Draymond Green out as a Warrior. I never thought he was getting traded. And I don't think it's smart to trade him short term. You need, hear me out here. You need this guy to win another championship.
For this
year. You need this guy. His importance defensively. When I watch Anthony Davis cook, I'm thinking, okay, that's Draymond Green. That's his assignment. When I see Jokic, okay, that's Looney and Draymond Green because of his IQ. So short term, I thought Draymond Green being traded, I thought that was ridiculous. He was not getting traded whatsoever. But what would the crime be? What would the punishment be? And I don't know if I'm am I satisfied? If you ask me, Shasky, am I satisfied with Draymond Green's punishment? Feels like he got off a little bit. It does a little bit.
Yeah,
not gonna lie.
But don't you think? And I probably, if you had to force me to make a determination, I'd probably lean in your direction. I would.
Right.
But I'm also thinking okay, these are relationships and you're trying to win a championship. So you got to balance everything. And so maybe we take a little egg on our face at the beginning now.
Right.
So that a month and a half from now we can turn the page and everything can be good for the nucleus of the team.
Well, it'll be turned. The page will be turned. Yeah.
If JP accepts it.
And if JP accepts it. And I think the page will be turned come playoff time. Hell, I think the talking point come playoff time will be, look how much stronger this made the Golden State Warriors. Look how much tighter they are as a team. Look how it galvanized them. But Steve Kerr did mention, hey, he's got to earn the trust back. Looney said it. He's got to earn the trust back. Here's what Kerr had to say about the crisis and how they dealt with it.
This is the biggest crisis that we've ever had since I've been coach here. It's really serious stuff. We're not perfect. Our team isn't perfect. Bob and I have definitely made our share of mistakes over the years, but we're going to lean on the experience that we have together over the last 9 years and trust that this is the best decision for our team. We have a lot of work to do, all of us, players, coaches, Bob in the front office, but we're committed to doing that work together and to making this a really successful season.
And then here's Steve Kerr on how Jordan Poole has handled the situation.
Mm-hmm.
What I will say, my observation of Jordan is that he's an incredibly mature young guy. I think we've seen that on the basketball side with his work ethic and his ability to work through, his rough rookie season and go to the G League bubble and do everything to get where he is now. It takes a lot more than just talent. So this is a pretty special young guy. And it was already reported after the incident, he worked out for another hour on his shot. Came out, whatever it was, a couple nights later and scored 15 straight points at one point. He's cool. Not much phases him. And I think that's part of why we're going the way we're going, because we know that he's fine. We know that he's willing to move forward. He's willing to basically get back out on the floor with Draymond and go to work.
Wouldn't you agree that I think there's a lot of people that are going to be satisfied, unsatisfied, whatever. We will be able to look back on this and say, hey, does this linger? Like, I feel like we'll be able to take the temperature of this in a couple of months or at the end of the year.
No doubt.
And be able to reach some sort of a conclusion on how this plays out. Wouldn't you agree?
No doubt. And I also think we'll look back at Jordan Poole and say, wow, for a young player who was quote-unquote arrogant and changed and yada, 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 he has shown maturity.
Well,
you go out there,
I'm with you there,
and score 25 when the whole world is watching you get knocked out by Draymond Green. It's basically a one-hitter quitter. That's basically what it was. I don't want to try to joke about it. It was a one-hitter quitter. It was a hell of a right hand. For Jordan Poole to come back, score 25 points, to have that big third-quarter outburst, to go out there and ball and cook and not let it affect his game. Not let it affect his game. On the court, did you see him on the bench yesterday laughing with Wiseman, laughing with Quindary Weatherspoon? I think we'll look back and say, man, JP handled the situation as well. I couldn't handle it like JP.
Yeah.
Somebody knocks me out, I'm not coming to practice for the next week.
But B, I mean, we've seen this. We talked about the Manti Te'o doc. Some people can turn the other cheek, and they're stronger than you and I.
That's what I'm saying. JP's strong.
That's your point. So the other thing that I keep coming back to is like, let's say, and I know it's different. Pro sports is totally different, but let's say something happened here at our workplace. What I want our audience setting the determination on what the punishment should be for our own in here, in this building.
But you know what? Fans are a big part of this stuff.
No, I'm not
They
saying
pay their
they
hard-earned money, man,
aren't.
and I respect their opinions. There's going to be some fans who think Draymond Green should be suspended for 20 games.
No doubt.
And I understand. There's some fans who believe Draymond Green did nothing wrong and that he wasn't the instigator. I understand.
But at the end of the day, wouldn't you, as someone who's a part of this, I'm trying from the player standpoint, wouldn't you want to have the ultimate input on what's going to happen?
Absolutely, and I think the players did have the input.
But we also would have to recognize, hey, there's an outward look in, and so how we move forward is going to be scrutinized.
No doubt.
And whatever we do is going to be scrutinized.
And they know that. They've been through it. They signed Kevin Durant. You don't think they were going to be scrutinized for that?
That's a good point.
I mean, they got scrutinized left and right because of that. They got scrutinized for trading for Andrew Wiggins. They got scrutinized for selecting James Wiseman.
And keeping him.
There you go.